The Hope Equation. A large spaceship is falling towards a planet orbiting two suns. A crew of astronauts frantically work at their posts. A young captain named Estella Albright manually controls the ship from the command station.
Get in the escape pods!
A crew member hastily throws the captain into a pod and runs towards the command station. Right before her pod auto-ejects, the hull of her ship tears open, and the pressure sucks her entire crew out of the ship. Debris strikes the captain's escape pod. The wreckage is immediately behind her, so she turns around, pulling the still falling parachute away from view like stage curtains, revealing her ship, totally unrepairable. She hears a crack in her oxygen line and seals it with the touch of a button. The display on her sun visor shows that she has 20% oxygen left in her tank, equaling 2 hours of time to breathe. She walks toward the barren horizon. Hope is the only destination. %, oxygen remains. %, remains. Ella scans the horizon, and then the sky, and sees only stars. Accepting her defeat, she sinks to her knees in peace. Oxygen is at 0%. The carbon dioxide in her suit slowly builds up like a poison. She takes a last deep breath in and holds it. She takes her helmet off. A man stumbles with a limp out of his crashed ship. His engine was badly damaged in the crash. The sun is beginning to set, and he looks up at the stars. Though the planet is a lifeless, stark desert, the sunset is beautiful. He sees a silhouetted figure on the horizon, and stays fixated on it. The figure is getting bigger as it gets closer. He can't make out any details, but the silhouette looks like a human against the gorgeous sunset sky.
Help!
Hey!
She reaches him, and they meet face to face. It's Ella.
My ship crashed. There's nothing left. Do you have working comms?
I crashed too. A solar flare fried all my instruments. Comms are out. I can't contact anyone.
Does your ship have power?
No, it's dead. And the engine was damaged in the crash.
This planet's uninhabited. Is anyone with you?
I'm alone.
We're alone. My name's Albright. Captain Albright. What's yours?
I'm Petrovich. The air is breathable.
It's a little light, but yes, you can take your helmet off.
You have any life support?
It was all lost in the crash. Everything I have is on me.
How far from here did you land?
Not far, maybe 20 kilometers that way.
Anything out there?
There's nothing. This planet was never named because it's only one of millions in the TRAPPIST-1 system that's outside the habitable zone. We're the first people to land on this planet.
We need to get out of here. We have no choice. I have a 3D printer in my ship, but I don't have enough metal to rebuild the engine. Fuel is probably less than 15%, but I have a refiner. It'll take a while, but it can be done. For a single-person craft, the repairs should be doable.
There's some vents near the horizon, possibly hydrogen vents. We can use the refiner to make fuel.
Sounds like there wasn't just nothing out there.
Practically nothing. And if those are hydrogen vents, I could even make water.
Do you know the rocket equation?
It's a paradox. More fuel, more weight, which means you need more velocity. You get more velocity with more fuel, but that means more weight.
The next day, Ella Albright and Sol Petrovich set up the fuel refiner over the gas vent.
It says the gas contains 4% hydrogen. All the vents will be the same.
I'll make some calculations and see how much fuel we need and how long it'll take to refine it.
I'm going to go back to my crash site. The ship's hard drive has files on it that will help us repair your ship.
All right, we're going together.
Ella and Sol make it to Ella's crash site. It brings up memories from her crash. Ella stops when she sees her own footprints on the dirt next to the helmet she left behind. When they get closer to the debris, Ella finds a watch from one of her crew members.
Why did I live? Why me? I could have done more. I could have saved them.
After Ella grabs the hard drive from the control panel, the two start heading back.
Goodbye.
Days pass, and reality starts to set in.
The hard drive is helping greatly, but the fuel is proving to be a problem. We have a long road ahead.
It's an easy thing losing hope. Every hour, and more so, every day. But we can't let that stop us.
The fuel we need to get to the nearest spaceport exceeds the tank's capacity. It would take 2 years to process that much hydrogen fuel.
Which port?
Yours. What's left of my life support will only last 3 weeks between the two of us.
Something tells me you've survived on less. I'm sorry, Sol. If I had only done better, my crew would be alive and I'd be able to rescue you from this planet, but instead, I'm imposing on you and your ship. I'll make it right, I promise.
Don't apologize. You can't predict when these things will happen.
Maybe I could.
Ella, I'm sorry about your crew. You experienced something no captain should have to go through. Especially not a new one.
It's okay.
That evening, Sol and Ella gaze at the stars. The night sky is a different painting on the same canvas seen from Earth.
Do you know where Earth is?
Earth. I haven't looked for Earth in years. I don't know where it is.
You can't see it right now. It's out during the day, during this season. But I saw it when I crashed. Our sun.
What did it look like?
White, dim, beautiful. I fear I'll see it again before we leave this planet.
How long until we can see it?
Roughly 10 weeks.
I've traveled the stars and I've only done it alone. Now there's someone else counting on me to step up. You didn't even know the experience I have, but you trusted me all the same.
I've never seen anyone work harder than you, Sol. My faith was not misled.
They gaze at the stars for a bit longer, deep in thought. Ella falls asleep, and Sol, still awake, gets up and goes inside his ship.
I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I didn't do enough. You're still here because of me.
A few weeks pass. Sol's and Ella's clothes fit looser on their weakened bodies from weight loss. Sol is working on the rocket equation.
Today marks a small victory. The final part for the engine just finished printing.
That's great.
One small step.
One small step toward the giant leap.
Later that day, Sol is walking towards the refiners when he sees a dark cloud on the horizon. He starts running to pick up the refiners, but the storm approaches quickly. It's a sandstorm, and the gusting wind blows the refiners into red darkness. Sol didn't bring his helmet with him, and he frantically searches for the refiners. After nearly losing his vision, he finds his ship.
The refiners. They're gone. I'm so sorry, Ella. Take the ship. Take the ship and leave.
His vision slowly comes back, only to realize that Ella isn't in the ship, and both his and Ella's helmets are gone.
Ella! Ella! Ella.
Ella appears from the darkness. She drags Sol into the ship.
Ella. The refiners.
I know.
Take the ship. It can't take you. It can't take us.
The printer is fine, and we still have some leftover metal. We probably have enough to build a refiner. We'll find a way.
Water first. Then fuel if we have enough.
We may not be able to refine any more fuel, but we've lost a lot of weight. And we can strip the ship, too.
I'll work on the calculations.
The next day, Sol finishes up the rocket equation. In his excitement, he stands up too quickly and falls. With no energy to spare, he crawls.
I finished the equation. We'll have to shed some weight off the ship, but it's possible.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You know your ship better than me. This engine will be ready in about 21 days. The refiner is almost done too. Just hold on a little longer.
I'll make it. How are you?
Every day is a challenge, but the end is finally in sight. Do you know how long it will take to get to the station?
Too long. So save your rations.
21 days later, the sun rises over the horizon.
Let's do this.
Intuitive design, isn't it? I'll catch you if you fall.
You'll break my fall, more likely.
Ella struggles to hoist herself on top of the ship. But she gets there and turns on the fuel pump. Ella uses the last of her energy to climb down, and Sol breaks her fall. Their frail bodies fall to the ground. They gently embrace for a brief eternity.
That's our son.
Earth.
Home.
Ella passes out and falls limp. Sol hears a faint pulse, so summons the strength to pick her up and put her in the ship. Sol lets Ella down and initiates the auto-launch sequence. It will begin when the door is locked. Sol watches as the flicker of his rocket blends into the star Ella said is home.
Home is waiting for you.